Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Asmagon and no doubt you guys have heard the recent news that there is going to be a Fallout TV series coming soon. I think it's in April. And I don't want to be the biggest bearer of bad news or the biggest nihilist in the world. I don't want to blackpill anybody, but yeah, I have no faith this will be good. Well, not no faith. Little faith. For me, it's a big part of who's making it. Amazon Studios, they haven't made that many good shows, and in fact have made some of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever seen. One of the most important IPs that for like fandoms, period, they completely bungled, and not only bungled it, but did so proudly and just basically gave the middle finger to anybody who had a problem with it, which was Lord of the Rings. The Rings of Power TV show, they completely fucked. Like, for everyone who's excited for this, and you're also a fan of Lord of the Rings, just remember what they did there. Okay? Like for me, that should be the only point I have to make. They made Rings of Power. So, yeah, I don't think people should have too much faith in them to make a good Fallout show. Now, some people will point to their other good projects like The Boys or Jack Reacher, and to be fair, yes, both are fairly good shows. I don't like The Boys post season 2, really. Like, I think season 3 got really preachy, it got really annoying, very overt with its politics, which, fine, I'm not gonna say they can't do that, like, it's their product, but I don't have to watch. And for me, that was enough for me to walk away. Now, with the Jack Reacher show, that's just a great show. Like, that's amazing. I'm excited for season 2 for that, which I think might be out now, but I haven't checked in a while. I don't know. It's hard for me to keep up with shows. I'm trying to keep up with the games I play as it is. But, yeah, like, when I can think of most projects underneath Amazon Studios, most of them either started out good and went to shit, like The Boys, or were shit outright, like The Rings of Power. And I kind of fear that best case scenario, Fallout is going to be like The Boys. It's going to start out good, and then they're going to completely fuck it up the ass as they go. That's where I'm at personally. Now, again, I know there's a lot of really big Fallout fans out there who want to be optimistic. And listen, I don't like being a doomer. But for me, literally any other studio, I'd have at least a little bit more faith. Except maybe the people who made the Halo TV series, which that's not Amazon. I think that was Paramount Plus who did that, but I could be wrong. I'll have to double check that. But yeah, like literally any other studio but the Halo TV show series people, I'd have more faith in. Now, with all this doomerism being mentioned and with my complete lack of faith being mentioned, I will say this about the trailer I saw. Visually, for the most part, it looked really, really good. The parts that I really didn't like about it were small tidbits. For example, it was really hard for me to tell where the location is going to be for all the events in the show. Like, there was a part where there was the main character, it was a woman, she was walking along like a beach, I think. And at first I thought it was a desert shop, but then it showed the beach. And then there was like this like western looking like desert town, and yeah, I'm a bit confused where the location is. That's not necessarily like a full on negative. It's just a little bit of confusion on my front. I like to learn details from what they're showing, and I didn't really learn anything geographical. I also was very confused what story is going to be told, because they show a bunch of flashes of different things, like different characters at different points in the world, and that kind of makes me worried that. Like, well, as it is, I think the show's not going to be good quality overall, but I'm kind of worried that the elements that might be good might be bungled by the fact that they try and cover too many perspectives. Like, this show may have multiple main characters. That's another thing I've considered, because in the trailer, we see numerous characters get highlighted. Now, some of those could be side characters. Some could be the main characters, and we're just getting multiple perspectives. I'm not sure. So, yeah, the trailer more or less confused me, if anything. Less than got me excited. But visually, as in, like, the graphical, CGI, like, the stuff that they showed on that level, like, the actual aesthetic, look solid. Like, the Fallout, the Vault tech, uniforms that everybody's wearing towards the beginning, and as we've seen bits of the trailer, they look amazing. Some of the shots on like the interior of the vault look like it's straight out of Fallout 4. Now, you know, I didn't mind that aesthetic, but I know some people thought the Fallout 4 vaults looked a little too different from the other vaults that we were used to from Fallout 3, New Vegas, or even the first two games. Me, I didn't mind it. It still felt like it just felt like they upped the graphics and altered the design of the interior of the vault. So I didn't mind it too much, and I like that they seem to have recaptured that in a set, which looks really, really cool. Also, yeah, there's a shot in the trailer where, well, there's actually several, where they show the power armor, which I was also worried, how are you going to handle that? How are you going to handle the Brotherhood of Steel? And quite frankly, that's where I think they're going to sneak in some politics, is with the Brotherhood of Steel. I mean, they kind of already did that with Fallout 4, but they're going to try and make them out to be a super, how do I put this in a YouTube-friendly way? Proud Boys way. Like, I'm kind of worried that they're going to, like, turn them into caricatures like that. I really hope they don't. I like the Brotherhood of Steel are a really cool faction, and I didn't like how they were handled in Fallout 4. So yeah, I'm worried how the Brotherhood of Steel are going to be handled, because they're clearly going to be in the show. They showed a vertibird, they showed a power armor suit with the Brotherhood of Steel logo on it. They're going to be in the show. It's just in what capacity? How are they going to be handled? How are they going to be displayed? I'm worried. But as it is, I'm worried about the whole show. Like, I think the show is going to be bad. Now, aesthetically, it looks good, though. Like, the CGI looked decent from the little clips and snippets. There was one shot where there was multiple power armors, like, marching forward. And I think there's going to be paradoxical elements to the show. Like they're going to play a lot of things for laughs, I think. And with those power armor dudes walking forward and one of them looking like he's cracking his neck, I feel like there's going to be, like, a juxtaposition with that. And then all of a sudden, they're all getting, like, ripped to shreds by a Deathclaw or something. Which, God knows how they're going to handle. If they're going to have Deathclaws in the show, that is going to be one hell of a CGI job. That's pure CGI. There's no way you could do that with an animatronic. Well, there is, but it would be super fucking expensive, so they're not going to do that. So, I don't know. There's so many things that I just saw in the trailer that visually I felt were tricking me into thinking the show might be more serious than it's actually going to be. I have this instinct that they're going to pull a lot of Marvel humor. A lot of things are not going to be played seriously, which is going to really irritate me. But I could be wrong. It could be treated completely seriously and not turned into nothing but a joke. And yes, I know Fallout is a show. Sorry, not a show. Is a game series with paradoxical elements. I mean, the whole thing is kind of not necessarily a parody, but a little bit of a over-the-top setting, and which comes off as humorous with a lot of things, a lot of designs in the world, a lot of aesthetics. Some things are meant to be a little comedic, like the corporatized element of, like, nuclear power pre-war. Like, it got so big they had a literal theme park called the Atomic World. They had Nuka-Cola. Like, there is a element of satirization with the Fallout series, but it's always been pocket elements. It's not been, like, the whole thing has just been a joke. And I really hope that they don't do that. But again, so many studios want to emulate, like, the MCU and do, like, the Marvel humor thing, which is going to piss me off. Like, for me, this show needs to take itself seriously. Like, if every single moment is not being taken seriously, the characters aren't taking the situation seriously, if everything's just played for laughs, which I'm kind of getting that vibe from for sections of the trailer, I'll drop the show immediately. And I think, as it is, I'm gonna wait for reviews of, like, the first few episodes before trying it out. Again, like, as I'm talking about it, like, a part of me is like, but maybe it will be good. Maybe, like, those visuals aren't tricking you. Maybe they won't, like, ham fist in stupid, like, political preachiness, and they'll actually handle it correctly. But then again, I always think back to The Rings of Power. I always think back to The Boys Season 3. Like, I think back to the things that they have, in my opinion, bungled. The Boys on the lesser extent. I know a lot of people are going to get me on that one. It's like, oh, I really like Season 3. It's like, I like elements of Season 3. I didn't like it overall. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my ear out. I'm gonna be willing to see enough of it, like from like reviews early on when it first launches, or if we get more material or some kind of snippet to give me any kind of faith that it'll be good. Maybe they'll share like a couple shorts or something of specific story elements, so we at least know what's gonna happen in it. That's my take, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you didn't, feel free to leave a dislike. If you did, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I mostly am working on like RTSR, real-time strategy reviews right now. I'm also doing some other side projects. As it is right now, I'm trying to make a Tower Fantasy video, which is, well, you'll see what that one is. And I'm also working on a RoboCop video, which is kind of like a first impressions, because I'm having a hard time being able to make time to play through the game while also working on the RTSR. Yeah, there's videos coming. There's videos coming. And I hope you guys got your notification turns on and are excited for that stuff. But, yeah, I am out. Hopefully the show will be good. But, yeah.